Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to episode 113 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. So let's hop in. What is the value of movie reviews? Well, I like to have some foreknowledge. If it's a film I'm on the edge about, like, I don't know if I really want to see this. I can't decide. And there are reviewers I like and I trust, and I'll go look at their stuff. Sometimes I will also look at just general ratings to see, like, I'll go over to Rotten Tomatoes sometimes, which is an aggregate, site, but I will go there and check out what their current scores are. But most of the time, if a film's coming out, I've done enough research into it hopefully without spoiling it too badly for myself. For example, I did everything within my power to not spoil Endgame prior to seeing it. So that's an example. I went to a great deal of effort not to spoil that, even though I actually ended up getting spoiled by something out of the blue because it was something so subtle that I did not notice it was a spoiler until after I saw it. So yeah, but I do use review sites and I find them useful. I just don't necessarily base everything on them. Someone else's opinion of a film is far less important to me than my own. What is your opinion of soap operas? I have no interest in them. At one time, I actually tried them out, and I don't like them. And I freely admit that the only reason I really tried that one out was because there was an actress on there I thought was hot. I even have a hard time with some just conventional television series because there's just too much soap opera in them. It's one of the reasons I stopped reading comic books regularly. It was just four-colored spandex soap operas, and I wanted less of that. I wanted people to have relationships that frigging worked. I didn't want women in refrigerators. I wanted drama that was less about the abuse and oppression of people and more about interesting storylines. And a lot of times comic writers would just take the cheap route, which is just, let's fridge a woman. What song do you consider the most romantic? Tupelo Honey. Tupelo Honey is, I think, the most romantic song I can think of. Is there any value to watching TV? Well, I do enjoy certain television shows. I just don't watch them on appointment. I watch them on disc, so I can watch them whenever I frigging want to at my leisure. Often with added extras, such as commentary, things like that. So it's a bonus in my book. So are there advantages and good things about episodic television? I would say yes. Are there disadvantages? I would say yes, because that whole soap opera thing I just mentioned. List 5 hobbies that sound fun. Well, YouTube. YouTube's a good hobby. Reading, role-playing games. Crafting. I'm a big believer in crafting, and I'm a big believer in bargain hunting. There you go. My hobbies. I think everyone should engage in them. What would you sing karaoke in front of strangers? Probably not, because I'm not good at remembering lyrics, even reading them well in front of me. I can't carry a tune even if it had Velcro on it. And even though I don't really suffer from stage fright, to tell you the truth, I did too much public speaking, and I do this often a whole hell of a lot. So I'm comfortable in front of groups, but I don't really have any desire to sing in front of groups. I really don't. I have just no burning desire in here to sing in front of a group. If you went to a beach, if you went to a beach and it turned out to be a nude beach, would you stay and go swimming? No, I'm not a nudist. It's not my thing. I don't like go to beaches anyway because I'm not a son of bright light and heat. I don't like either of those things. In fact, after December 21st, when the days begin to get longer, I get depressed. I don't much like sun. I really don't. There's a reason I'm this pale. Would you rather go hiking or watch TV? Well, I don't watch. I'm just not going to sit there and flick the channels through. I would rather go bargain hunting than hiking, but I do go hiking occasionally with my wife because my wife enjoys hiking. But TV doesn't make that list. That is not. I would rather take hiking over television. So, I guess if I'm going to answer that question truthfully, it's going to be hiking. Are you a frequent theater goer? Yeah, we go to the theater fairly frequently. probably once or twice a month. Yeah, probably twice a month about the rate we've been doing lately. It all depends on my wife's work schedule. As the summer hits, I become a Girl Scout widow, so she's always doing camp stuff. So like, I mean, I can go to the movies by myself, and occasionally I have. In fact, I saw the first Guardians by myself. That I took my wife to see it the next week because I love that goddamn movie. But I prefer to go with someone else. I guess I could give my ex a call. Have you ever played a sweepstakes? Yes. I've never won a sweepstakes. I won some scratch tickets in my day, which does that count as a sweepstakes? I would think of sweepstakes as being much bigger pots. You know what I mean? Like a life-changing amount of money. I've never won a life-changing amount of money. I think the most I ever won was like 25 or 50 bucks, something like that. I don't play often. I really don't. Not my thing. Not much of a gambler. Funnily, as I say that, with dice sitting right in front of me, I'm not much of a gambler. So this has been episode 113 of the 4,000 question challenge. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you will be here for episode 114.